Aum Namo Narayanana, dear sisters, brothers, and loving children. It brings me immeasurable joy on behalf of the officials at the Ramakrishna Center of South Africa, Phoenix, Johannesburg Sub-Center, to extend a very warm and cordial welcome to each of you to today's online program commemorating the 159th birth anniversary of Swami Vivekananda. Swamiji was a great social reformer and profoundly inspiring personality of India. Through the inspiration of his guru, Sri Ramakrishna, Swamiji founded the Ramakrishna Math and Ramakrishna Mission. He had immense faith in the power of the youth and strongly advocated their role in nation building. His birth anniversary is commemorated all over the world and in all ashramas of the Ramakrishna order. Swami Vivekananda's life became a beacon of hope to many and a source of inspiration. He continues to motivate organizations, study circles, as well as welfare and community service projects that uplift mankind across the world. The Johannesburg Sub-Center has been actively providing COVID-19 welfare services to indigent families, hospices, and needy homes since the commencement of the South African national lockdown. Over the past 22 months, the Johannesburg Sub-Center has provided in excess of 30 tons of food items, consumables, fruit and vegetables, cleaning chemicals for sanitization, and masks, as well as various other items to impacted communities in Gauteng and in KwaZulu-Natal. In addition, the Johannesburg Sub-Center has embarked on a milestone project to build an ashrama complex in the name of our great master, Bhagwan Sri Ramakrishna, and feel blessed to announce that by our great master's grace, we have received communication from the Johannesburg municipality that our rezoning application has been approved, subject to conditions. With your kind and humble support, we intend on breaking ground on this milestone project in October of this year. We humbly appeal to all of our devotees, well-wishers, donors, for your support as we take our next step in this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity of building an ashrama complex. If you would like to donate or participate by offering your skills in any of these activities, please send us a message with your email address and contact number on the live chat, or by emailing the Johannesburg Sub-Center on johannesburg@ramakrishna-phoenix.org.za.
Aum ओम स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः. Namaskar to all of you. Wish you all a very happy Swami Vivekananda Tithi Puja, birthday celebration of Swami Vivekananda. Now it's the time for Puja, worship of Swami Vivekananda. So I think according to all the instructions given in the invitation, you have all the objects ready for the worship. We'll start with the worship. First, to remove all the obstacles, we are going to pray to Ganesha. The Ganesha mantra will be repeated. ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय कोटिसूर्यसमप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा. Now we will chant the name of Guru so that we get the blessings of the Guru. Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Now in the starting of the Achamaniyam, now the things, the mantras will be displayed there. So starting of the puja will be with the mantra where we remember Lord Narayana. Om Sarvamangalamangelyam Varenyam Varadam Shubham Narayanam Namaskritya Sarvakarmani Karayet. Before starting any work, that is the puja work, Sarvakarmani, all the works, we have to start with taking the name of Narayana. So next it is we have to do Vishnu Smarana. In the Achmana, we have to take water. You can please take water in your cupped hand and then sip it 3 times in the hand and wash your hand after that. While you are sipping, once you tell Om Vishnu. Then again Om Vishnu second time. Third time Om Vishnu. You sip the water with the spoon. Don't touch the spoon to your mouth or make it to chista through the hands. Then hand also should not be made to chista. Even then you can wash the hands. After that we have to, after the repeating the name of Vishnu, we have to tell this mantra. Om Tadvishnoho Paramam Padam Sada Pashyanti Surayah Divi Vachakshuratatam Om Apavitra Pavitro Va Sarvavasthangato Piva Yahasmaret Pundarikaksham Savahya Abhyantaraha Shuchihi. Whoever repeats the name of the Lord, then all the impurities, whether internal or external, of your body, of your mind and everything will be purified. So that is the meaning of this mantra. By just chanting the name of the Lord, you can purify. That is the real purification. That is the reason for Achavana. So now you can see that Swamiji will be performing. We are taking you to the temple of Swami Vivekananda in Belur Math. So there in the temple of Swami Vivekananda in Belur Math, the puja will be showed. You can see that and the puja can be enjoyed. This is the temple of Swami Vivekananda in Belur Math and the puja is going on. So the Achamana is being performed. Now after Achamana we are going to the next process, that is the Pitanyasa. Now the place where you are keeping the image of Swami Vivekananda or the photo of Swami Vivekananda is the Pita. But first you have to establish him in our heart. So that is the Hridaya Pita, in the heart, Hridaya Padma. So first we will establish him, we will pray or we will worship that Pita by the flowers. Take the flower dipped in, or there is no worshipping, it is mental worship. Now touching the hands with Mrugamudra. This is Mrugamudra, just like a deer. Touch this heart like this. Then you have to tell them, consecrate the seat of the deity in your heart. So that the deity, Swami Vivekananda is the deity, the Shiva Swarupa Vivekananda. So we will place him in the heart, bring him from the heart and then place it in the image there and worship him. So what is the mantra? To do the Pitanyasaha, consecration of the seat of the deity, touching the chest with the Mrugamudra. Chant the mantra. Om Hrim Pitadevatabhyo Namaha. Om Hrim Pitashaktibbhyo Namaha. So now we can see the Swamiji performing that in the temple of Swami Vivekananda, the Pitanyasa. Om Hrim Pitadevatabhyo Namaha. Om Hrim Pitashaktibbhyo Namaha. So we are going to the next process, that is the Rishyadinyasa. After the Pitanyasa, worshipping the seat of the deity in the heart, we are going to the next process, that is Rishyadinyasa. So we have to see that chanting with the folded hands, the rishis who have found the mantra of Swami Vivekananda and the Devata, and why are we doing it. So all that thing has to be mentioned. There is paying homage to the rishis. Chant with folded hands. Om Aum Srimat Vivekanandaya Namaha. So that is the mantra. Now that will become the Mula mantra. You should remember this. Om Aum Srimat Vivekanandaya Namaha. That is the Mula mantra. Ityasya mantrasya, of this mantra, Brahmarshihi Gayatri Chandaha Shivaswarupaya Shri Vivekananda Devata Rishyadinyase Viniyogaha. So now that is the mantra. Now the Swamiji will be performing that. Om Aum Srimad Swami Vivekanandaya Namaha. So next will be the touching the following parts of the body with the Tattva Mudra. So this is the Tattva Mudra. The Tattva Mudra with that, this is the Tattva Mudra. So you touch the different parts of the body and establish that mantra. Om Brahmane Rushe Namaha, head. Om Gayatri Chandase Namaha, mouth. Om Aim Srimat Vivekanandaya Namaha, chest. So now we have finished the Rishyadin Mayasa mantra. You can see the Swamiji performing that. Yeah, in the temple of Swami Vivekananda in Belur Math, the puja is going on. Now the Rishyadanyasa is being performed. Now after that we will going to the next step, that is a Karanyasa. We will place all the mantra and purify with the consciousness our hands, Karanyasaha. So you have to touch the forefinger with the thumb and the thumb with the forefinger and all the fingers with that mantra. So these are the mantras, the Bija mantra for Swami Vivekananda. So we will do the Karanyasa with that particular mantra. And it has been given written in English. The thumb is touched, the thumb with that, this thing is the forefinger, you are touching that and establishing, consecrating that mantra. Vam Angushtabhyam Namaha, Veem Tarjinibhyam Swaha, Vum Madhyamabhyam Vashat, Vaim Anamikabhyam Hum, Vaum Kanishtabhyam Vashat, Vaha Karatala Prishtabhyam Astraya Fat. Now that will be done there. You can see in the video the Karanyasa. Vam Angushtabhyam Namaha, Veem Tarjinibhyam Swaha, Vum Madhyamabhyam Vashat, Vaim Anamikabhyam Hum, Vaum Kanishtabhyam Vavshat, Vah Karatala Prishtabhyam Astrai Fat. Now we are going to the Anganyasaha, touching different parts of the body, the limbs of the body. We are establishing that consciousness, the Bija mantra in that places. So we will see the video and there we will perform that. The Swamiji is performing in Belur Math. So we will do that together with that. Now we will go to the temple there in Vivekananda temple in Belur Math. Now we will do the Anganyasa now here. Swamiji also will be performing. Vam Hridayaya Namaha, Veem Shirase Swaha, the head. Vum Shikayai Vashat, Shika. Vaim Kavachaya Hum, Vaum Netrabhyam Vavshat, Vah Karatala Prishtabhyam Astraya Fat. So the Anganyasa, we have consecrated everything, the limbs of the body, different parts of the body. We are going to Vyapakanyasa, total consecration of the body. With the mantra, you know that the Mula mantra of Vivekananda is Om Aim Srimat Vivekanandaya Namaha Om. Repeating that, you can see that the picture is given how to do. You have to start with the hands like this, touch the different parts of the body like this, up to the legs. Again crisscross the hands, go up like this. That is Vyapakanyasa you have to do with the mantra. We will go to the temple there and we will do perform that. Yeah, we will go to the temple. Yeah, Om Aim Srimat Vivekanandaya Namaha Om. Om Aim Srimat Vivekanandaya Namaha Om. Om Aim Srimat Vivekanandaya Namaha Om. So all the three bodies, the subtle body, the causal body, the gross body is purified by this. We are going to the next Pita Puja. Now we will making ready, we are making ready the Pita where the Lord, that is now Swami Vivekananda, Shiva Swarupi Swami Vivekananda will be established there in that Pita, where the seat where he will be going seated and he will accept his worship. So we are going to worship that with flower. Take the flower touched with sandal paste, then you have to tell this mantra and you have to worship that Pita. The Pita is to be made ready. So the Om Hrim Ete Gandha Pushpe Pita Devatabhyo Namaha, Om Hrim Ete Gandha Pushpe Pita Shaktibhyo Namaha. We will go to the temple, do this puja with the Swamiji there in the Vivekananda temple in Belur Math. Take the flower touched with sandal paste, put it on that Swami Vivekananda's photo. Om Hrim Pita Devatabhyo Namaha, Om Hrim Pita Shaktibhyo Namaha. The next process is Dhyanam, meditation. So in the Kurma Mudra, so that Kurma Mudra is shown. Take the flower in between the fingers like this in the right hand, then in the left hand it will be like this, keeping there on the, this is the Kurma Mudra, just like the tortoise. So meditation, you have to tuck in all the Indriyas into your mind and concentrate, focus on the Atman, the Lord within, now Vivekananda in your heart. So now that is the Mudra. Now we will be going to the next process in the meditation, Dhyanam, that is take the flowers made with sandal paste in Kurma Mudra, then meditate in the heart on an effulgent and living form of Swami Vivekananda. So now meditate. So we are placing him in the, we have done the worship in the heart, the Pita Puja in the heart. Now we are placing Swami Vivekananda. After that we will be bringing him from our nose to the photo there and establishing Swami Vivekananda there, the Shiva Swarupa Vivekananda there. We will be worshipping him. So what is the mantra? We will chant the mantra as we are seeing that process there done in the temple of Swami Vivekananda. We will go there to the thing. We'll go to the temple. Now we will do the meditation with the mantra Om Vishwacharyam Jagadvandyam Vivekananda Rupinam Vireshwarat Samutpannam Saptarshi Mandalagatam Gnanabhakti Pradataram Padmaksha Gaura Vigraham Dhyayet Devam Jyotif Punjam Loka Kalyana Karinam. After the dhyana meditation, now from the heart take Swami Vivekananda, bringing him to the flower by the breathing. Tell the Vayu Bija mantra and Vayu Bija mantra whom, then bring it out from the heart. Having kept the flower, now in that meditation, in that flower, then place that at the photo image of Swami Vivekananda, where you are going to worship either the image or the photo, or if you don't have any of this, you can place the flower itself there. Imagine the divine manifestation of Swami Vivekananda in an effulgent living form come down from your heart to that place, and he will accept your worship very joyfully. So now you have to show the Paramikarana Mudra. That is Paramikarana Mudra. It is shown there, the hand stretching like this on that image. Then sprinkle water gently 3 times. You have that water there 3 times, uttering the Mula Mantra. You know the Mula Mantra. Om Aim Srimat Vivekanandaya Namaha. Om Aim Srimat Vivekanandaya Namaha. Om Aim Srimat Vivekanandaya Namaha. Om. Yeah, we are going to the next process. That is the Dashopachara, the 10 itemed worship of Swami Vivekananda. Now the first one is Padyam. So you have to give water to wash the feet of Swami Vivekananda. Next is Arghyam. There also you have to give the water, and also the Arghya can be prepared. You can prepare the Arghya with the Bilvapatra, then placing the sandal paste on that, smearing it on 3 leaves, then keeping unbroken rice, the Akshata, on that 3 leaf, on the Gandha, then placing a Durva grass on that, then the flower on that. This is called Arghya. So giving water to wash the hands, and this Arghya is indication of you are giving completely your mind, surrendering to the Lord. That is the significance. Then it is the Achmaniyam, giving water to rinse the mouth of Swami Vivekananda. Snaniyam for bathing, the water for bathing. Then Gandha. So after the Snaniyam or during the Snaniyam, you will be giving all the Pancha Amrita, all 5 items. I will tell what are those things. I think it is ready with you. It has been given in the invitation itself. Milk, curds, ghee, honey and sugar. Then after that, Gandha, sandal paste, is to be offered. Then Pushpam, flowers, then Bilvapatra, then Tulsi Patra. All these 10 items are to be offered. Now we are going to give all these things one by one. So Dhupaha, that is the Agarbatti, then Deepaha, the lamp, Arati, then Naivedyam, food, then Paniyam, water to drink, then Punar Achamaniyam, then water to rinse the mouth again, then Tambulam, the pan, the bit leaf, and the bit leaf with all this thing, spices, you can fold it and give it to Swami Vivekananda. These are the 10 items. Now we will go to perform it one by one. Now we will start with the Padyam. Om Aim Etat Padyam Srimat Vivekanandaya Namaha. So please give water to wash the feet of Swami Vivekananda. Is sitting there in front of you. You are washing the feet very gently, pouring lukewarm water because it is now a little cold. You can pour lukewarm water to make Swami Vivekananda's feet a little warm. Then wipe it with a very soft cloth. Then after that you can apply any moisturizer or anything to the feet. Then we are going to the next, that is Arghya. I have told how to prepare the Arghya. Take the water in the spoon. Then you can place that all that things, the Bilvapatra. Then upon that you can place the Gandha on the 3 leaf, then the rice, unbroken rice, Akshata, then the Durva, then the flower, then that is Arghya. So first you give the water to wash the hands of Vivekananda with the mantra Om Aim Eshorgyaha Eshargyaha Srimat Vivekanandaya Swaha. Now give that flower also, thinking that I am completely giving the whole mind and myself to the Lord. Then now the next process is Achmaniyam. Om Aim Idam Achmaniyam Srimat Vivekanandaya Swadha, giving water for sipping or rinsing the mouth. So do that very gently, give water. Then it is Snaniyam, the process of giving bath. So we will be going to the temple and we will be chanting the mantra and everything and giving the snaniyam now. We will be performing the snana to Swami Vivekananda. We will go to the temple there now. So now take water and pour that on the Swami Vivekananda's feet or on the head of Swami Vivekananda by telling the mantra. I am going to repeat the mantra. Om Aimidam Snaniyam Sarvadeva Devi Swarupaya Sri Ramakrishnaya Nivedayami. So after the water you can be giving milk, then curds, then ghee, then honey and sugar. You can offer it. So while offering again you can offer it with water, offer the water for bathing. Then after that again you can wipe the body of Vivekananda after the bath with a soft cloth towel. So I will tell the mantra. Please perform it, ringing the bell. Om Sahasrashirsha Purushaha Sahasrakshas Sahasrapat Sabhumim Vishwato Bhrutva Atyatishtat Dashangulam. Om Agnimi Purohitai Yagnasya Deva Mritvijam Hota Aram Ratnadatamam. Om Ishetorjetva Vayavastha Devo Vah Savita Prarpayatu Shreshtatamaya Karmane. Om Agna Ayahi Vitaye Granano Havyadataye Nihota Satsi Barhishi. Om Shanno Devi Rabhishtaya Apo Bhavantu Pitaye Shanyor Abhisravantu Naha. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om. Now you are giving the bath just like a baby. You give bath to your baby in the house. So you imagine that Swami Vivekananda has become a small child of your house, the son of your house. Then you are giving the bath and then wiping his body, giving all these anointing all these things, the panchamrita, milk, curds, ghee, honey, sugar. And after that you can feel that you are again giving the bath. You are using the very soft baby soap, infant soap to the body, and again you are water, you are giving the water for bathing. Then you are again wiping very softly, gently the body of Swami Vivekananda. So the bath is over. We are going to the next thing, that is after the bath you are putting gandha. It is just like a moisturizer, the sandalwood, to the body of Swami Vivekananda. Om Aim Esha Gandha Srimat Vivekanandaya Namaha. So now you have given the gandha. Om Aim Esha Gandha Srimat Vivekanandaya Namaha. Then we are giving pushpa, Sachandana pushpa. Smear the flower with sandal paste and offer it at the feet very gently and with great devotion. Om Aim Idam Sachandana Pushpam Srimat Vivekanandaya Namaha. Then smear the Bilvapatra with the sandal paste and offer it at the feet of Swamiji, telling Om Aim Idam Sachandana Bilvapatram Srimat Vivekanandaya Namaha. Then take Tulasi Patram, apply sandal paste, then give it to Swami Vivekananda. Om Aim Idam Sachandana Tulasi Patram Srimat Vivekanandaya Namaha. Om Namaste Bahurupaya Vishnave Paramatmane Swaha. Idam Sachandana Tulsi Patram Srimad Vivekanandaya Namaha. Then start lighting the dhupa, the incense sticks, beautiful and very full of fragrance, good fragrance. Light it. Then ringing the bell and telling the mantra. You can offer that. Wave it around Vivekananda so that the whole room will be filled with that beautiful fragrance. Om Aim Esha Dhupaha Srimad Vivekanandaya Namaha. Om Vanaspatiraso Divyo Gandhadyaha Sumanoharaha Agreha Sarvadevanam Dhupoyam Pratagrihyataam. So now we have given the dhupa. Next light the lamp, the ghee with the ghee, the wick with the ghee. So light the lamp very gently and now slowly wave in front of Swami Vivekananda with great devotion. Then tell the mantra and also ringing the bell. Om Aim Esha Deepaha Srimad Vivekanandaya Namaha. Om Suprakasho Mahadeepaha Sarvatastimirapaha Sabhahyabhyantara Jyotirdeepoyam Pratagrihyataam. Om Aim Esha Deepaha Srimad Vivekanandaya Namaha. Now you can arrange on a table or in front of Swami Vivekananda, all the food items you have made ready, sweets, milk, fruits and other things, whatever you have made ready, everything you can arrange. Put some bilopatra or tulsi patra on that. If you don't have that, you can put flower. So now after putting all those things, making arrangement, you have to feel that you are feeding Swami Vivekananda everything with your own hands. With great devotion you have to feed Swami Vivekananda. So now the mantra told while giving the Naivedyam is Om Aim Idam Sopakarana Naivedyam Srimat Vivekanandaya Namaha. Gradually, slowly feed with great love and affection. Then you have to give water while eating to clear movement of food in the throat. You have to give the water. So we will give the water. Make him drink the water gently to his mouth. Take that water. You can make him drink the water. Om Aimidam Panarthodakam Srimad Vivekanandaya Namaha. Then after the food offering is over, after the eating, you have to give water to rinse the mouth of Swami Vivekananda. The mantra told is Om Aimidam Achmani Yodakam Srimad Vivekanandaya Namaha. Now finally at the end of the puja, in the Dashopchar puja, you are giving the tambulam, the betel leaf. You can apply very little chun and you can put that betel nuts, then broken one so that easy to chew, and some spices and some, if you have that gulkan or sweetener little, then all that fold it and give it to, feed it to Swami Vivekananda with that pan. Swami Vivekananda used to eat the pan. So feed it, and now we will tell the mantra Om Aimidam Tambulam Srimad Vivekanandaya Namaha. So now the whole process of puja is over. Now we are going to the next step after the Dashopchar puja, that is the Pushpanjali. Offering Pushpanjali 3 or 4 times according to the availability of the flowers and the bilupatra, other things there. If it is less, you can do that 3 times. If it is more flowers there, you can do it 5 times. Om Aim Esha Sachandana Pushpa Bilva Patranjalihi Srimat Vivekanandaya Namaha. Take all these things smeared with sandal paste in your both cupped hands, both the hands, and offer. That is Pushpa Anjali with the both the hands. Om Aim Esha Sachandana Pushpa Bilva Patranjalihi Srimat Vivekanandaya Namaha. So we are going to the next process now. Now take flower and offer it to Ramakrishna, smeared with sandal paste. Om Aim Ete Gandha Pushpe Sarvadevi Devi Swarupaya Sri Ramakrishna Namaha. Then take another flower, smear with sandal paste and give it to Holy Mother Sharda Devi. Om Aim Hrim Ete Gandha Pushpe Sarvadevi Devi Swarupine Sri Sharda Devi Namaha. Then all the direct disciples, Om Aim Ete Gandha Pushpe Vivekanandadi Sri Ramakrishna Parshadebhyo Namaha. So we have finished the Avarana Puja. Then we are going to the next process, that is the conclusion, Upasamhara. We are going to the next process, that is Japa and Japa Samarpana. So the Japa, you know the mantra, it is given there, Om Aim Srimad Vivekanandaya Namaha. Om, you can do it 21 times, the Japa. Om Aim Srimad Vivekanandaya Namaha. 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 Om. I have performed this 21 times. You can continue up to 108 times. So we will go to the next thing, offering the fruits of the phala to the Lord. So take little water in your hand this way, then pour that water through with this. Then go yonebhadra. Om guhyat guhya guptatvam gruhanasmat kritam japam siddhir bhavatu me deva tat prasadan maheshwara. So offer the fruit of the japa and all the puja to the Lord. Then we are doing the upasamhara with the mantra of Swami Vivekananda, pranama mantra. You can do sashtang pranama now to Swami Vivekananda, chanting this mantra. Om paratatve sadalino Ramakrishna samagneya yo dharma sthapanarto viresham tam namamyaham. So now the puja is complete.
মনো চলো নিজ নিকেতনে, মনো চলো নিজ নিকেতনে। সংসার বিদেশে বিদেশির বেশে ভ্রম কেন অকারণে, মনো চলো নিজ নিকেতনে, মনো চলো নিজ নিকেতনে। বিষয় পঞ্চক আর ভূতগণ সবতর পার কেউ নয় আপন। বিষয় পঞ্চক আর ভূতগণ সবতর পার কেউ নয় আপন। পর প্রেমে কেন হয়ে অচেতন, পর প্রেমে কেন হয়ে অচেতন। ভুলিছ আপন জনে, মন চলো নিজ নিকেতনে, মন চলো নিজ নিকেতনে। সত্য পথে মন করো আরোহণ, প্রেমের আলো জ্বালি চলো অনুক্ষণ। সত্য পথে মন করো আরোহণ, প্রেমের আলো জ্বালি চলো অনুক্ষণ। সঙ্গেতে সম্বল রাখো পুণ্যধন, সঙ্গেতে সম্বল রাখো পুণ্যধন। গোপনে অতি যতনে, লোভ মোহ আদি পথে দস্যুগণ পথিকের করে সর্বস্ব মোশন লোভ মোহ আদি পথে দস্যুগান পথিকের করে সর্বস্ব মোশন পরম যতনে রাখো রে প্রহরী পরম যতনে রাখো রে প্রহরী সমদাম দুই জনে মন চলো নিজ নিকেতনে মন চলো নিজ নিকেতনে সঙ্গ নামে আছে পান্থধাম শ্রান্ত হলে তথায় করিও বিশ্রাম সাধু সঙ্গ নামে আছে পান্থধাম শ্রান্ত হলে তথায় করিও বিশ্রাম পথ ভ্রান্ত হলে শুধাইবে পথ পথ ভ্রান্ত হলে শুধাইবে পথ সে পান্থ নিবাসীগণে যদি দেখো পথে ভয়েরই আকার প্রাণে পানে দিও দোহাই রাজার যদি দেখো পথে ভয়েরই আকার প্রাণে পানে দিও দোহাই রাজার সে পথে রাজার প্রবল প্রতাপ সে পথে রাজার প্রবল প্রতাপ সমন ডরে যার শাসনে মন চলো নিজ নিকেতনে মন চলো নিজ নিকেতনে সংসার বিদেশে বিদেশির বেশে ভ্রম কেন অকারণে মন চলো নিজ নিকেতনে মন চলো নিজ নিকেতনে
ॐ स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। नमस्ते यतिराजाय विवेकानन्दसूरये सच्चित्सुखस्वरूपाय स्वामिने तापहारिणे। Dear Swami Saradaprabhananda, Swami Swatma Ramananda, and devotees of Ramakrishna Center of South Africa, Johannesburg. on the sacred occasion of the 160th birthday of Swami Vivekananda, I convey my greetings and best wishes to all the devotees of the center. May this day be a source of inspiration, joy, knowledge, and of well-being to all of us. In Swami Vivekananda, we find a prophet, a patriot, a lover of the masses, and a perfect divine being. The world is yet to see a personality as great as Swamiji. He has reinterpreted the spiritual truths and made us see the realities of life in a new light. He has made us realize the real worth of every human being. Man is truly divine. Manifesting this divinity within through all our actions is what Swamiji wants us to do. Says the Swami, my ideal indeed, can we put it in a few words, and that is to preach unto mankind their divinity and how to make it manifest in every movement of life. Religion, according to Swami Vivekananda, is not to be practiced in places of worship alone. Every action of man has to be made a manifestation of the divinity which lies inherent in all of us. All work that we do is as sacred as the worship we do in the temple. This is a great lesson we have to learn from the teachings of Swami Vivekananda. Trying to be connected with the divine through all our actions at all times is what Swamiji wants us to do. This is the way to happiness and real freedom. This is the way to overcome all our miseries. Let us try to manifest our divinity within and make our lives happy and the world a better place to live in. My prayers to Sri Ramakrishna, the Holy Mother Sharda Devi, and Swami Vivekananda on this auspicious day is, may they transform our lives by their divine touch and ever shower their blessings upon all of us. Jai Ram Krishna. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
বীর্য ব্রহ্ম তেজ মূর্তি ধরিয়া এলো এবার গগনে পবনে উঠিল রে ওই মা ভৈ ওঙ্কার গগনে পবনে উঠিল রে ওই মা ভৈ ওঙ্কার আত্মবীর্য ব্রহ্ম তেজ মূর্তি ধরিয়া এলো এবার দিল শঙ্কিত জানে পুলক জাগাল হতাশ জীবনে আশাস দিল শঙ্কিত জানে পুলক জাগালো হতাশ জীবনে উত্তিষ্ঠত গরজি সাধনে উত্তিষ্ঠত গরজি সাধনে শক্তি নাঠিল এব সুধার হাত্র বীর্য ব্রহ্ম তেজ মূর্তি ধরিয়া এলো এবার অমৃতস্য পুত্র আমরা মৃত্যু মোদের নাহি রে আর কার ভয়ে তবু কেঁদে দিশে হারা উঠে দাঁড়া মিছে স্বপ্ন ছাড় অমৃতস্য পুত্র আমরা মৃত্যু মোদের নাহি রে আর কার ভয়ে তবু কেঁদে দিশে হারা উঠে দাঁড়া মিছে স্বপ্ন ছাড় এগো সেবার বিজয় কেতন নির্ভয়ে তল বিদরি গগন এগো সেবার বিজয় কেতন নির্ভয়ে তল বিদরি গগন ধন্য হইবে বিশ্বভুবন ধন্য হইবে বিশ্বভুবন সাথে আছে সদা আশিস তার ধন্য হইবে বিশ্বভুবন ধন্য হইবে বিশ্বভুবন সাথে আছে সদা আশিস তার হাত বীর্য ব্রহ্ম তেজ মূর্তি ধরিয়া এলো এবার গগনে পবনে উঠিল রে আয় মা ভৈ ওঙ্কার গগনে পবনে উঠিল রে আয় মা ভৈ ওঙ্কার হাত্র বীর্য ব্রহ্ম তেজ মূর্তি ধরিয়া এলো এবার হাত্র বীর্য ব্রহ্ম তেজ মূর্তি ধরিয়া এলো এবার
Today we will look at the topic, who influenced Swami Vivekananda to become a great soul? Every great person has had some influence upon his or her life. Greatness undoubtedly is achieved through hard work, but many influences motivate, inspire and guide us to greatness. When we look at Swami Vivekananda's greatness, we notice that it is multidimensional in nature. He was physically strong, possessed of an alert and penetrating mind, had extraordinary purity of character, and his spiritual qualities are admired by one and all. Who helped him build this great personality during the course of his lifetime? Firstly, Swami Vivekananda's mother, Bhuvaneshwari Devi, though a person of limited schooling, was a mother of common sense and practical wisdom. She was the first person to influence Swami Vivekananda not only in his childhood and the struggles he endured in his youthhood, but throughout his life. In the celebrated biography of Swami Vivekananda by his Eastern and Western disciples, we find the following significant comment about his mother's influence. It was his mother who imbued him with the ideals of feeling nobly and thinking highly and acting rightly. At her knee, he gained his wide knowledge of the Ramayana and Mahabharata, the two great Hindu epics, as she read them aloud to him in the twilight. Indeed, Swami Vivekananda was ever grateful to his mother throughout his life. He praised her and acknowledged her many sacrifices and the uncommon forbearance she possessed, especially in running a large joint family. The second important influence on Swami Vivekananda was his noble father, Vishwanath Dutt. A prominent attorney of the Calcutta High Court, he earned well and spent his income on his family, relatives, friends, and the poor. He loved his son, encouraged his studies, and often expressed his hope that his son should achieve unparalleled greatness. The Eastern and Western biographers of Swami Vivekananda have written as follows. To his father, he owed his broad-mindedness, manliness, and respect for any genuine national tradition. His father's influence served to widen the scope of his learning by directing his attention to the cultures of other lands. For, as Swami Vivekananda in the making, he needed to develop a sympathetic understanding broad enough to include all cultures and religions. The third and perhaps the most significant influence came from his spiritual master, Sri Ramakrishna, a leading intellectual light of India who was a contemporary of Swami Vivekananda at university and one who had met Sri Ramakrishna, namely Sir Brajendranath Seal, summarizes his relationship of influence. He tried diverse teachers of spirituality, creeds and cults, and it was this quest that brought him, though at first in a doubting spirit, to the Paramahamsa of Dakshineshwar, that is Sri Ramakrishna, who spoke to him with an authority as none had spoken before, and by his Shakti brought peace into his soul and healed the wounds of his spirit. When Swami Vivekananda became internationally renowned, he paid tribute to the influence of his master, Sri Ramakrishna, in an 1897 address at Calcutta, where he said, "My teacher, my master, my hero, my ideal, my God in life, Sri Ramakrishna. If there has been anything achieved by me, by thoughts or words or deeds, if from my lips have ever fallen one word that has helped anyone in the world, I lay no claim to it. It was his." Just as sugarcane, using the requirements of good nutrition and water from the soil and luxuriant sunlight to produce its sweet juice, similar has been the influences upon Swami Vivekananda. The influence of his mother, father, and guru enriched his life with wisdom and glory, so much so that within the span of his lifetime of 39 years, his legacy emboldened and brightened the civilizational history of the world.
Our next item is a performance by internationally acclaimed percussion ensemble Layalavanya, the brainchild of Ganakala Shri Layakala Pratibhamani and Vidwan Anur Anatha Krishna Sharma, which was formed in 2009. Layalavanya presents many innovative concepts which are thought-provoking and critically acclaimed. The thoughts and ideas of Layalavanya concentrates on various aspects of rhythm which impress the stalwarts and is enjoyable by the common man. Their presentation is always unique with high energy and enthusiasm. Some of their highlights are recitals of traditional shlokas with a rhythmic backing, renditions of polyrhythmic konakol or mouth percussions, which are an intelligent way of incorporating folk and other various instruments, which their percussion ensemble is commendable. They have been collaborating with many internationally acclaimed artists. A remarkable presentation Patra Nada Vaibhava, directed by music virtuoso Vidwan Anur Anath Krishna Sharma, has the team playing on domestic households and other various non-instruments. Layalavanya has performed at various prestigious venues all around India. This evening's percussion ensemble will be performed by Vidwan Anur Vinod Shyam, concept and direction, Vidwan Panindra Sharma Anur, vocal, Vidwan Anur Vinod Shyam, mridangam, Vidwan Anur Sunad Kanjira, Vidwan Pranav Dat Morshing, and finally Vidwan Sai Vamsi, rhythm pad. We will now hand over to Layalavanya.
Namaskaram to all. Today we have with us Anur Panindra Sharma on vocal, Sunad Anur on kanjira, Pranav Dutt on morching, Sai Vamshi on rhythm pad, myself Vinod on mridangam. We sincerely thank Swami Ramakrishna Maharaj ji for having us perform today. We consider this a blessing to be performing on this occasion. Once again, welcome you all.
Layalavanya नित पनि फण मणि गण किरणै गुरु नित निज तनु रवि थथ वदन लट 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 दलि कुल कल नीनदो गणपति रवि मत महदिश तनु लंबोदर वर कुंचावस्थित कुंकुम वर्णधरम् श्वेत श्रृंगं पीनसुहस्तं पीर्तित सफल फलम् नागत्रेयुत नागविभूषण नाना गणपतितम् तत्तं नाना गणपतितम् तत्तं नाना गणपतितम् शरदिन्दु विकास मन्दहास स्फुरदिन्दीवरलोचनाभिरामम् अरविन्द समान सुन्दर सुन्दरीं उपास्महे शारदां शारदां भोजा वदनां वदनां भुजे सर्वदा सर्वदास्माकं सन्निधिं सन्निधिं प्रिया श्रोणीयस्य रथोरथाङ्गयुगळं चन्द्रार्धबिम्बद्वया कोणिरो जलदिदीपयस्फुटितियोर्गोर्विगुरङ्गाधिपः तस्मिन् मे हृदयं सुखेन रमतां साम्बे परब्रह्मणि वन्दे शम्भुमुमापतिं सुरगुरुं वन्दे जगत्कारणं वन्दे जगत्कारणं वन्दे जगत्कारणम् पद्मनाभं सुरेशं विश्वाधारं गगनसदृशं मेघवर्णं शुभांगं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगिहृद्यानगम्यं वन्दे विष्णुं भवभयहरं सर्वलोकैकनाथम्
ತಾದ ಝಣುತ ಝಣುತ ಗಿಟದ ಕದಿಮಿತ ಹರಿ ಕುಣಿದ ನಮ ಹರಿ ಕುಣಿದ ತಾದ ಝಣುತ ಝಣುತ ಗಿಟದ ಕದಿಮಿತ ಹರಿ ಕುಣಿದ ನಮ ಹರಿ ಕುಣಿದ ತಾದ ಝಣುತ ಝಣುತ ಗಿಟದ ಕದಿಮಿತ ಹರಿ ಕುಣಿದ ನಮ ಹರಿ ಕುಣಿದ ಝಣುತ ದೀಂ ಝಣುತ ದೀಂ ಝಣುತ ದೀಂ ಝಣುತ ಗಿಟದ ಝಣುತ ಝಣುತ ಗಿಟದ ಕದಿಮಿತ ಹರಿ ಕುಣಿದ ನಮ ಹರಿ ಕುಣಿದ
Swami Ekarthanandaji Maharaj joined the Ramakrishna mission at its branch center in Shillong, Meghalaya in January 1993. Revered Maharaj received Mantra Diksha from the most revered Swami Bhuteshanandaji Maharaj in June 1993. Revered Maharaj is currently the president of the Ramakrishna Ashrama, Nepal.
Om Namah Sri Atirajaya Vivekananda Surai Sachet Sukha Swarupaya Swamini Tapaharini. My special thanks to Swami Swatma Ramanandaji for inviting me for this program. And let me begin. Dear devotees of Johannesburg, so this 25th is the birthday of Swami Vivekananda, and we are celebrating the birthday of Swami Vivekananda, birthday Tithi Puja. In fact, in India, we are celebrating 12th January, which is according to English calendar, as the National Youth Day in India. But in especially in our Indian tradition, we are celebrating also the Tithi according to lunar calendar, Tithi, and that is this year. It changes every year. So this year it is 25th January. So Swami Vivekananda, before I speak about Swami Vivekananda, let me tell something about what Sri Ramakrishna says about the four types of arts. That is, he says, Baddha, then Mumukshu, Mukta, and Nitya Mukta. Or sometimes he calls it Nitya Siddha also. He gives one example. When you cast a net into the pond or a river to catch fish, some fish are so clever that they are never caught into the net. So that is, Ramakrishna says, the example for the Nitya Siddha means those who are never caught into the net of Maya. Then next is some other fish, they are caught inside the net, and when of those fish who are caught inside the net, of that some fish are not at all bothered. They think they are quite happy. They don't realize that they are caught inside the net, so they don't try to get rid of that bondage. So this is the fact. Unless you realize that you are bound, you will not struggle. So they will not struggle. They are called bound soul because they don't realize that they are bound. When you realize that you are now bound, you are caught inside the net, and then you start struggling to get rid of that net of Maya. They are called mumukshus. And those who, after lots of struggle, some fish, in fact, they come out of the net, and they are called mukta. So altogether, there are four. We can classify human beings into four classes. Baddha means those who are bound, those who never think of God, those who never struggle to get freedom, they are bound souls, Baddha Jeev. Then there are Mumukshu, then of the Mumukshu, some become Mukta. But there are another class of human beings who are never caught inside the net of this Maya. And they are called Nitya Mukta or Nitya Siddha. Sri Ramakrishna says those who are Nitya Mukta or Nitya Siddha, they come with the incarnation of God. Those who come with the incarnation of God, they are either Nitya Mukta or that particular birth will be their last birth. And even incarnation of God themselves, they are Nitya Mukta. So, Nitya Mukta, those who are ever free, they take birth in this earth as a human being, not because of their karma, but because they are full of compassion, and because they are full of compassion, they are not satisfied with their own mukti. So even if they are always free, anytime they can merge their individuality into the Supreme Self, into the Brahman, and then never take birth, yet they are so full of compassion for the whole world, for the suffering mankind, that they don't actually give up their individuality, or they don't finally merge their individual soul into the Supreme Brahman, even though they can do it, because they want to come again and again and liberate human beings. And these Nitya Muktas are the real teachers of mankind. Other ordinary people who are just out of so much struggle, they get freedom, they cannot liberate other people. But the Nitya Mukta, their very aim is to liberate other people. So they come here as the teacher of mankind, spiritual teacher of mankind. And if we read the life of Sri Ramakrishna, the great master, or the gospel of, and also the gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, what we see is that Sri Ramakrishna is mentioning some of his disciples as the Nitya Mukta. So, like Swami Vivekananda is the chief disciple of Sri Ramakrishna, so he is one of them. Swami Vivekananda, Swami Brahmananda, Swami Premananda, and like that, quite a few are there. Not all of them, but quite a few are there whom Sri Ramakrishna says they are Nitya Mukta. And we are now discussing about Swami Vivekananda. About Swami Vivekananda, Sri Ramakrishna says that as a Nitya Mukta, since they will not totally merge their individual self, they will not totally merge uh, themselves into the Supreme Brahman and disappear. So, what happens is they stay in some realm, some kind of loka, or Sri Ramakrishna says Swami Vivekananda belongs to that Saptarsi Mandal, Saptarsi. He is one of the sages of the Saptarsi Mandal, where a kind of loka, Sri Ramakrishna says it is the that is indivisible, undivided. It is full of supreme consciousness where even devas cannot reach. And in that loka, seven sages are merged in Nirvikalpa Samadhi, they are merged in deep meditation, and they from time to time come into this world. And out of that, the Nara Rishi, Nara Rupi Narayana. So Nara Rishi, Swami Vivekananda is, and he comes to this earth again and again. So Sri Ramakrishna says Swami Vivekananda is one of the principal, one of the sages of that Saptarishi Mandal. Swami Vivekananda was born on 12th January 1863 in Kolkata, present Kolkata in Simulia. And we know that as he was Nitya Mukta, from his very childhood, he was adept in dhyana. And Sri Ramakrishna, when he saw Swamiji, he asked, "Do you see some kind of light?" And Swamiji said, "Yes, I see some kind of light." That means he was, by birth, he was perfect, just like Sukadeva. About Nitya Mukta, Sri Ramakrishna gives some other names also, like Sukadeva, Narada, Prahlada. They are all Nitya Muktas. So similarly, when they are born perfect. By the very birth, they are perfect. So Swamiji was perfect in meditation by his very birth, and that we see in his childhood. He, even his game, what he used to play, his game also used to be like meditation and so on. And in that meditation, he used to be so immersed that once even a snake came crawling near him, but he was totally oblivious, unconscious of the snake, presence of the snake. So other boys of his age, they started running away. But Swamiji, as a Narendranath that time, he was totally immersed in meditation. So he was so perfect. So when he was meditating, he did not know anything. So that was Swami Vivekananda, even from his childhood. Another divine quality which Swamiji had, even from his childhood, was his truthfulness. So one wonderful incident, he was in classroom attending some class. A teacher was teaching, and Swamiji was telling stories to other boys, and there was some kind of noise. The teacher heard that noise. He wanted to find out who is talking. So he put question from the lessons he was teaching, and no other boys could give correct answer. So the teacher thought, but Swamiji, Narendranath, he could give the correct answer of what teacher asked. So on the one side, Swamiji was telling stories to his friends, but with another part of his mind, he was fully attentive to the teacher. So he could answer the question correctly. And then when the teacher told other boys to stand up on the bench as a punishment, other boys stood, but Swami Vivekananda, that is Narendranath, Naren, also stood up on the bench. And when the teacher said, "No, no, you have correctly answered the question, I am telling the other boys to stand up." Uh, so Naren says, "No, sir, actually, I was talking, I was telling the stories. So I am supposed to get punishment." So that was his truthfulness. He never avoided any kind of punishment. That is, whatever we have done, so take the whole responsibility on your own shoulder. Don't lay blame on others. So be ready. If you have made some mistakes, be ready to get that punishment also. That was the boldness of Swami Vivekananda from his very childhood. And another thing, he was bold and he never believed anything without testing. Of the Sri Ramakrishna's disciples, Swami Vivekananda was such. Sri Ramakrishna had all kinds of disciples, there was Latu Maharaj, Swami Adbhutanandaji, who had full faith on Sri Ramakrishna, who never argued and accepted everything, every word of Sri Ramakrishna as the gospel truth, never questioned. But on the other hand, there was Swami Vivekananda, Narendranath, who always put questions, who always scrutinized whatever is said, and after testing everything, then only he accepted. And even in his childhood, we see that. So once they were playing and climbing a tree and just hanging by the tree and playing and like that. So an old man who was the caretaker of that garden, he warned those young boys, please don't climb this tree because there is a ghost of Brahma Daitya who resides in this tree and it will break your neck. So like that, he wanted to frighten, and other boys, they just ran away from there. They did not dare to play in that tree. But Naren went on playing. After that old man went away, Naren again started playing. And when the boys asked him, his friends, he asked him, why do you play again? Did you not hear that old gentleman? He's telling that a Brahma Daitya, a kind of ghost, resides in this particular tree. Then Naren said, Are, what kind of fools you are? You see, if you have to accept everything after properly testing it, you see, if that ghost was there, as the old gentleman said, then our neck would have been broken long away. We have been playing in this tree for so many days, so many months, but nothing has happened. So why do you believe without testing anything? That was Swami Vivekananda. Everything to be scrutinized. That is Swami Vivekananda. Everything he rationally thinking and then testing and then only accepting. It is a kind of scientific attitude. Uh, a person with rational mind or a person who has this kind of scientific attitude, he will test everything. And this is the in modern days, mostly in general, what we find, that science has developed so much, logic has developed so much, and if you tell anything to the modern generation, they will not believe it simply without proper scrutiny. So that was Swami Vivekananda, who actually tested everything. Even in religion, generally what we say is, what we think is religion means it should be uh, only faith is enough to believe. So that is not to accept religion, but that is not true. We can also scrutinize, we can also think with rational mind, and unless that is done, the modern youth is not satisfied. That is why Sri Ramakrishna brought Swami Vivekananda, who used to test everything with his logical mind and then only accept. So what we now, we might have so many kinds of question whether this is true or not. We read in the scriptures these things, but whether it is simply based on faith or whether there is some kind of a logic, some kind of rational behind it, then when we read the life of Swami Vivekananda, then we find, okay, such a giant brain like Swamiji also, he tested, he scrutinized, and he accepted. So that gives a kind of intellectual satisfaction to the modern mind, to the scientifically oriented mind. So that was Swami Vivekananda. And Swami Vivekananda, since his very childhood, he had this question in his mind: does people talk about God? Does there anything called truth, ultimate truth, or does God exist? is it true or it is just imagination, poetical imagination of some sages? So he had this question in his mind, and as I have already said, without properly testing, proper scrutiny, he would not believe. So he wanted to verify, he wanted to know whether really God existed, whether there was any person on this earth who has actually seen God, actually realized God. So he went on asking this question to different religious teachers as a young man. So he went to many religious teachers of those days, and he went to like Devendranath Tagore, father of Rabindranath Tagore, and he asked him also, "Sir, have you seen God?" He could not get that kind of satisfactory answer. Then, after so many asking so many people, from none he could get the satisfying answer. Then finally he goes to Dakshineswar and puts the same question to Sri Ramakrishna. Sir, have you seen God? And instantly and very spontaneously, Sri Ramakrishna uh, answers, yes, I have seen God. And not only I have seen God, but I see God more clearly, more intensely than I am seeing you. So, what is this more intensely? For example, when we see dream, and when we are waking after dream, suppose there is a tiger is chasing us in the dream, and we are so much afraid, we are running for life, and then all of a sudden uh, we wake up, and then immediately as soon as we wake up, immediately our fear for that tiger goes away, because the our experiencing this world is more clear, more true, or more intense than our experiencing the dream. So, after experiencing this waking world, we can very easily reject that dream world. Okay, that was just the dream world. So, I don't have to be afraid of that tiger which is chasing me. I am completely safe now. So, I am so immediately after we wake up, we can reject the dream world as a dream world, and as a not true. But this waking state is more clear, more intense. So our fear because of that tiger goes away. Instantly it goes away. So similarly, when we are when we experience God, what is called God experience, when we experience God, that becomes more real, more intense. That is what Ramakrishna said. I see God more intensely than I see you. So, experiencing God is more intense, more true, or more clear than what our experiencing this world. So God is more true, more intense. So that is Ramakrishna says, and that convinces Narendranath. But of course, Swamiji, though that uh, emphatic answer of Ramakrishna could really satisfy Swamiji, but Swamiji wanted to test everything of Ramakrishna. So after that, regularly he started coming to Dakshineswar and having close interaction with Ramakrishna. And then he also started observing Sri Ramakrishna, Sri Ramakrishna's behavior and then everything. For example, Sri Ramakrishna was full of this Sattva guna, full of so much pure Sri Ramakrishna was that Sri Ramakrishna could not touch. Sometimes he took the glass, but he could not touch it with his lips. He just rejected it. And then he used to say that the person who supplied that water, who uh, touched the glass before Sri Ramakrishna could drink it, that person is not of good character. So, because his character is not good, so uh, he could not take that water. So, but we do not know that person has come to Dakshineswar maybe once or twice. We do not know the person intimately. But Sri Ramakrishna somehow, even if he had not seen, but if that particular thing is touched by someone else of not very good character, then he could not touch it. And Swami Vivekananda, that time Narendranath, he wanted to verify. So he followed those people, if their character is good or not. He followed them, where they stayed, where they visit, all these things. And later on, every time he verified these kind of incidents, and he found it is true what Ramakrishna is telling, their character was not so good. So that is why he could not touch that class full of satoguna. For example, another, Sri Ramakrishna could not touch coin. So he had given up money and money as equivalent to clay, a lump of clay and money both are same to him. So those days, these coins were made of metals, so he could not touch metal. So as soon as the metal is touched, coins are touched, he would feel that he is stung by a scorpio. So that kind of pain he used to get. So that also Swami Vivekananda verified. Once when Sri Ramakrishna was not present, under his bed cover he put some coin, and when Sri Ramakrishna comes and just sits there, then immediately he jumps as if he is stung by like a scorpio or something like that. So then slowly Swami Vivekananda, after so much of verification, he understands, yes, this is all true. So that way Swamiji went on practicing sadhana also and testing the fact what Ramakrishna used to teach. And then in Dakshineswar, he used to come, he used to meditate under the guidance of Ramakrishna. He was so full of that longing for God realization. Ramakrishna used to say that if you want to realize God, then you must have that intense longing for God realization, intense longing for freedom. Then only God realization or vision of God is possible. So when Swamiji was uh, then when Sri Ramakrishna from Dakshineswar later on for his treatment towards his last days, he was suffering from cancer, and for that treatment he was shifted to first Shampukur Bati, then later on to Kasipur Garden, so that his devotees could easily come and serve him. So that time also Swamiji was intensely practicing sadhana. So one day Swamiji comes to Sri Ramakrishna. Swamiji means Narendranath. Before sannyasa, he used to be called Narendranath. So he comes to Sri Ramakrishna and Sri Ramakrishna says, "What do you want?" Swamiji says, "I want to merge my individuality. I want to merge into Samadhi, Nirvikalpa Samadhi, continuously for 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, and then uh, after 4 5 days, I want to come back and have a little food, and then again I want to merge myself. Again, I want to go back into Nirvikalpa Samadhi. So that way, I want to live. So always merging myself, my individuality in Supreme Brahman. Always I want to live in Samadhi. So that is my desire. Then Sri Ramakrishna scolds him. He says, I thought you would become, you would be like a big banyan tree under whose shade the people in the world, they are so much scorched by the pain and suffering of the world. They want some peace of mind, and only spiritual teachings can give you real lasting peace of mind. No other teachings, material teachings, can remove your suffering for sometimes temporarily, but the suffering will return. Your knowledge of science can remove your suffering for sometimes, but the suffering will return again. Only the spiritual teachings can give a permanent peace of mind to people. So Sri Ramakrishna says, I thought you will be like a big banyan tree, but you are talking like a selfish man who wants to attain only his mukti. So let me connect. As I told you in the beginning, a Nitya Mukta or Nitya Siddha, as Ramakrishna used to tell, Nitya Mukta, or incarnation of God also, of course, they are Nitya Mukta, but they are of still higher categories. But even those who come with the incarnation of God, they will be Nitya Mukta, and some will be their last birth. But these Nitya Muktas, as I described in the very beginning, who are never bound, actually they are not taking birth on this earth to attain their own mukti. For us, for in case of ordinary people like us, we struggle when we know that we are bound. We struggle and then we want to attain mukti. We struggle to attain mukti for ourselves. And then once we attain mukti, then we will uh, have no rebirth. We will merge our individuality with the Supreme Brahman and then disappear. But that is not the case with these Nitya Muktas. Just like, for example, Lord Buddha. Lord Buddha did not practice sadhana for his own mukti. He practiced sadhana because he was so full of compassion, he could feel others' pain as his own. And to remove the pain of others, suffering of others, he wanted to find out the way. So he went and meditated and then realized that Buddhatva, he attained that Nirvikalpa Samadhi, that Nirvana, but he came back and then he worked for the welfare of the whole world, to liberate the whole world, to show the path of mukti to the whole world. That is how the Nitya Mukta are actually, they live on this earth. They don't have any other motive for working. For example, ordinary people work either because they want, because they are attached to the lost, because they are attached, they have a lust or they have a greed, they want to earn more money, they want to enjoy life, they want to enjoy luxuries of life. So they work, or they want to earn name and fame, so they work. So these are the motives behind the work of ordinary people. Either uh, they want to have progeny, they are guided by lust, or they are guided by greed, they want to accumulate more and more, full of competition. So these things, the whole world we can see, it is, these things are guiding this world, full of competition for wealth, for money, for name, for fame, and all these things. But the Nitya Mukta come to this earth and they don't have these kind of motives for their work. They don't want, they are not, they are free from lust, they are free from greed, they are free from the desire for name and fame. then how do they work without, if they don't have any kind of motive, then how do they work? They work because they are full of compassion for others. They feel the other suffering as their own suffering. So they want to remove the suffering for others. So that is completely unselfish existence. They don't want to, they don't want their own well being because they are already free. So they don't have any kind of motive. If you have any kind of desire, any kind of motive, then you are not free. You are bound by that desire. So those Nitya Muktas, they are not bound by any desire, any motive. So only motive for them is, only reason they walk in this world is because they are full of compassion. They feel the suffering for of others as their own. So unless the suffering of others is removed, they are not satisfied. So they are Nitya Muktas. They are the incarnation of God. So, when Swami Vivekananda said, I want mukti, I want to merge in Nirvikalpa Samadhi for days together, and then sometimes only I want to come back and have little food for the maintenance of my body, Sri Ramakrishna reminded him that, oh, you are not ordinary person. You are not a bound soul that you have come for mukti. You are already mukta. You have you don't have any other reason for this kind of worldly existence. You have come here only for the welfare of others, and I thought you will be like that. You will be like a big banyan tree under whose shade these suffering people will come and take rest. But you are talking like ordinary people, ordinary person, ordinary bound soul. You are not ordinary person. You are not a bound soul. You are Nitya Mukta. So you have come to this earth to remove the suffering of others. So when Sri Ramakrishna scolds him, then Swamiji, that time he realizes. And then Sri Ramakrishna says, I can give you even the higher state than this mere mukti. Sri Ramakrishna says, those who are ordinary people, those who are bound souls, after lots of struggle, they will attain mukti and they will disappear. They cannot come back. In 21 days, their body will fall like a dried leaf from a tree. So, that is the ordinary person. If he attains mukti, then he cannot come back. He cannot, he only become a jnani, he cannot become a vijnani. But the Nitya Mukta, even after realizing the supreme truth, then they can come back and see the whole world as the manifestation of God. That is how the Nitya Mukta can attain. And Sri Ramakrishna said, you will attain that kind of state after the realization. You will not merge your individual soul into the supreme Brahman and then disappear like an ordinary person. You will come back and you will see the whole world as God, in manifestation of God. So, and is it not you who sing that song? And that song Swamiji used to sing, Tujase Hamane Dilako Lagaya Jo Kuch Hai So Tu Hi Hai. So, that is the song Swamiji used to say, that whatever is there in this world, oh Lord, it is you. I have given my heart and soul to you. I have loved you. And whatever is there in this world, whatever I see in this world, it is you only. It is your manifestation. It's not different from you. So you yourself sing that song. So so you are not ordinary person. So you will attain that state higher than even that Nirvikalpa Samadhi. So you will come back and see the whole universe as the manifestation of the Supreme Lord. So then you will work in this world, as Ramakrishna puts it, uh, serving man as God. Shiva Jnani, Jiva Seva. That is, you will serve man as God. That the whole universe is God. But he is playing here, different kind of play. And then you will work in this world to remove the suffering of mankind. So that is how you are going to live in this world. So then Swamiji realizes this. Oh, okay, I am. Then Sri Ramakrishna also says, when you realize who you are, then you will give up this body. But now, since you have to do the work of Divine Mother, that uh, realization will be under my, it will be under lock and key, and the key will be with mine. And after some days, Swamiji in Kasipur Garden House, he realizes, of course, that Nirvikalpa Samadhi he realizes, and then uh, he goes to Sri Ramakrishna, makes Sastanga Pranam, prostration to Sri Ramakrishna. He then Sri Ramakrishna says, yes, now you have realized the supreme truth, that nirvana that you have realized, you have attained that buddhatva, or whatever you may say, whatever word. So you have now seen the ultimate reality, ultimate truth, and now this key is with me. And sometimes I will open it. And then Swamiji realizes the supreme truth, and that with that kind of realization, Swamiji walks in this world, and we know, or we all know, to remove the suffering of mankind, Swamiji walks in this world. Uh, the life story is quite known to us, how he goes to first as a wandering monk, and then he goes to America and he delivers Vedanta. He teaches Vedanta to the whole world, and then he comes back and establishes Ramakrishna Mission uh, for the service of, and the motto of this Ramakrishna Mission, as Swamiji says, it is Atmano Mokshartham Jagat Hitaya Cha. Not only it is for the welfare, it is for the moksha, mukti of oneself, and also for the welfare of the whole world. So that is Shiva Jnani Jiva Seva, means you work for the welfare of the whole world, seeing God in everything, and that itself become your sadhana, and then you will attain mukti also. If you work with some desires, then you will not attain mukti. But if you work by seeing God in everyone and serving God in everyone with that kind of attitude, then you can realize the supreme truth by whatever you are doing, whatever work you are performing, by that very work, by that very action, you can also attain freedom. You can also get freedom. You can also get moksha. So that is how Swami Vivekananda started this Ramakrishna mission also. So with these few words, I want to end my this small speech here, and I pray to Swami Vivekananda, Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother Sri Sarada Devi, and Swami Vivekananda, that they give us that kind of longing for the realization of the ultimate truth. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Our next item on the program is our online Hinduism for Children Classes Awards. We are pleased to advise that online classes for the year 2021 included students from India, Oman, Germany, United Kingdom, and South Africa. We will be awarding 3 certificates for registered students for the class of 2021. The first award is the Certificate of Participation. This award is for students that regularly attended the online Sunday classes. The second award is the Certificate of Achievement. This award is for all students that regularly submitted their project work and was of a high quality. The third award is a special award for the project practicals. This award is for students that completed the project assessment on time and was of a high standard. For the Certificate of Participation, we had a total of 52 registered students that attended regularly the online Sunday classes. The names are as follows: Arishta Chaturgun, Avani Chandar, Ashish Daya, Aditi Durga Prasad, Anjali Jairam, Arya Kundal Ram, Agastya P. Kumar, Ashav Misra, Anjum Pillai, Abhay Premdat, Arushi Ramatar, Arya Ramatar, Amal Ramdani, Arve Ramswarup, Ayan Ramswarup, Arya Sukraj, Dhruv Arjun, Diya Hariganesh, Tavarshan Mudli, Dibarti Mukherjee, Diksha N.R., Dhyana Singh, Garvita Singh, Harsha Vardhan, Jaishnavi Mudli, Kirti Durga Prasad, Kushal Gauda, K.N. Naika, Karuna Sukraj, Laranya Jalesar, Medha Bodraj, Niranjan Vardhan, Priyal Ram Jatan, Pradyun Sai Harish, Roshan Daya, Rohan Jairam, Rakal Maharaj, Ronan Singh, Sena Chetia, Sunera Chuttu, Siddharth Jairam, Shivani Jalesar, Suvan Kundaram, Sohan Misra, Sayan Naidu, Shashwati Shantan Reddy, Saskia Singh, Sai Suhas, Yuvir Misra, Vidya Bodraj, Vidya Chandar, and Yajna Damba. For the Certificate of Achievement, we had a total of 24 students that obtained this award. The names are as follows: Avani Chandar, Ashish Daya, Aditi Durga Prasad, Anjali Jairam, Agastya P. Kumar, Abhay Premdat, Amal Ramdani, Arushi Ramatar, Arya Ramatar, Arve Ramswarup, Ayan Ramswarup, Dia Hariganesh, Kian Naika, Laranya Jalesar, Meda Bodhraj, Roshan Daya, Rohan Jairam, Rakal Maharaj, Sunera Chuttu, Shivani Jalesar, Siddharth Jairam, Shashwati Shantan Reddy, Vidya Chandar, and Vidya Bodhraj. For the project practicals, we had a total of 26 students that obtained this award. The names are as follows: Avani Chandar, Ashish Daya, Aditi Durga Prasad, Anjali Jairam, Agastya P. Kumar, Ashav Misra, Abhay Premdat, Arushi Ramatar, Arya Ramatar, Arve Ramswarup, Ayan Ramswarup, Arya Sukraj, Dhyana Singh, Karvita Singh, Karuna Sukraj, Kian Naika, Medha Bodhraj, Roshan Daya, Rohan Jairam, Rakal Maharaj, Siddharth Jairam, Sahan Misra, Shashwati Shantan Reddy, Yuvir Misra, Vidya Chandar, and Vidya Bodhraj. Congratulations and well done to all the students of the 2021 online Hinduism for Children classes. Please note, registration for the 2022 online Hinduism for Children classes is now open. Kindly send an email to johannesburg-phoenix.org.za for further details.
Namaskaram to all. Today we have with us Anup Sharma on vocal, Sunad Anur on kanjira, Pranav Dutt on morching, Sai Vamshi on rhythm pad, myself Vinod on mridangam. We sincerely thank Swami Ramanandaji Maharaj ji for having us perform today. Once again, welcome you all.
गणपते नमो नमो शंकरी तनया नमो नमो गं गणपते नमो नमो शंकरी तनया नमो नमो गं गणपते नमो नमो शंकरी तनया नमो नमो गं गणपते नमो नमो शंकरी तनया जय देवी शरदे जय देवी शरदे विद्या विशारदे जय देवी शरदे विद्या विशारदे जय देवी शरदे विद्या विशारदे विद्या बुद्धि प्रदे वरदे शुभदे जय देवी शरदे विद्या विशारदे विद्या बुद्धि प्रदे वरदे शुभदे जय देवी शरदे विद्या विशारदे विद्या बुद्धि प्रदे वरदे शुभदे जय देवी शृंगार रूपिणी शृंगार रूपिणी शृंगेरी वासिनी शृंगार रूपिणी शृंगेरी वासिनी शृंगार रूपिणी शृंगेरी वासिनी शृंगार रूपिणी शृंगेरी वासिनी प्रशांत रूपिणी प्रशांत रूपिणी तमोहारी वरदे प्रशांत रूपिणी तमोहारी वरदे गजानि सनि धप मगरि सा दानि सनि धप मगरि सा म ग म प नि ग म प दानि सनि धप मगरि सा म ग म प नि ग म प दानि सनि धप मगरि सा ग म प नि ग म प स नि ग म प दानि सनि धप मगरि सा ग म प नि ग म प स नि ग म प दानि सनि धप मगरि सा नि ग म प स नि ग म प नि स नि ग म प दानि सनि धप मगरि सा नि ग म प स नि ग म प नि स नि ग म प दानि सनि धप मगरि सा नि स नि ग म प नि स नि ग रि स नि स नि ग म प म प द नि स रि स नि ध नि ध प द नि स नि ग रि स म प द नि रि स नि ध ग म प द प म ग रि ग रि स नि ध रि स नि ध प म ग रि ग म जय देवी शरदे सरि सनि सनि ध नि ध प द नि स नि ग रि स ग रि स नि ध प प द नि रि स नि ध रि स नि ध प ग म प द प म ग रि ग रि ग म जय देवी शरदे विद्या विशारदे विद्या बुद्धि प्रदे वरदे शुभदे जय देवी शरदे
Thank you, Layalavanya, for that inspiring and uplifting musical rendition. As artists, your music has been transformed into a form of worship. We are reminded of Swami Vivekananda, who said that music is the highest art, and those who understand is the highest worship.
आरती तमन हर हर आरती तमन शिव शिव आरती तमन
Aum Namo Narayanana. We thank you all for joining us for today's online program and pray that you have found the message and talk by our revered Maharajas spiritually enlightening. Kindly take note of the following announcements. The Johannesburg Sub-Center hosts the following classes conducted by Revered Swami Ramakrishna Maharaj. On Monday evenings from 6 p.m. is the Science of Worship classes. On Tuesdays from 6 p.m. is the Viveka Chidamani classes. Classes on the Bhagavad Gita are held on Wednesdays and Saturdays from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Morning classes on life stories of householder disciples of Sri Ramakrishna is held on Thursdays, Fridays, Sundays and Monday mornings from 6:30 to 8 a.m. On Thursday afternoons from 3:30 p.m. is the online Jnana Yoga classes. On Friday evenings from 6 p.m. is the online Vedanta study taken from the complete works of Swami Vivekananda. Hinduism for Children classes on Sunday mornings from 9:30 a.m. On behalf of Revered Swami Ramanandaji Maharaj and officials of the Johannesburg Sub-Center, we humbly thank you for joining us for today's program and look forward to you joining us on our next program. Aum Namo Narayanana.